You gotta say pledge allegiance by yourself.
You're late. You're late.
I'm always late.
I've called the meeting to order. The pledge of allegiance has been done. I would entertain a vote on approving the agenda as printed.
I so move.
Second.
Agenda.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Been moved and seconded to approve the agenda as printed. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Approve the minutes from the last meeting, please.
I'll approve the minutes.
Second.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded to approve the minutes from the last meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Payroll has been turned in. You don't have any bills, do you, Franny, or do you have some?
Yeah, there's Bill.
Okay. Any questions for Francis on the bills to be approved?
I just the one about the hardware store lost.
I was going to ask Chris, what was that pump for?
That it's not actually a pump, Franny. It's a variable frequency drive
Oh,
for
for
the
out
pump
down
for
south.
out there.
Okay, alright,
So the
okay.
pump doesn't start
Yep.
bang. It starts up
Surging.
slow, and
Yeah. Okay.
we talked about that quite a
That
while
was like
back.
4,500, so that
Yeah.
was most of it right there. So
Yeah, that was quite a bit.
And that's
of
for.
the well outside.
Oh,
that. WIE well.
Oh, okay.
We had a little trouble with that, Gary, because the pump starts when it starts. It goes bang, and
Okay.
it cracked the pipe. So, and we actually talked about that in a council meeting, but it was
We didn't know what it was going to
probably
cost.
2.5 months ago.
Yeah, I remember it talking about it. 4,500. What they cost?
Yeah, just about 4,500.
Did you do this mosquito control last month, or?
No, they always wait till the end to pay.
Yeah,
No, but it didn't
I
last month. No.
I questioned that
I
too.
thought I'd
I,
seen it before.
Yeah, they do
No, I know we do it, but I
It was
don't
one
know.
last one.
twice a year, don't they,
Huh?
Franny?
Twice a year.
Twice a year.
That's what I thought they bill us twice a year.
Who punched you? Way to go, Favor.
Thanks a lot, Franny.
oh,
Thank you to my loving counsel. I
that
can see
hurts.
You don't listen.
You want to shut the door?
Yeah,
No.
we probably could.
So we're not gonna have any roll call votes tonight.
Yeah, we are gonna have. Yeah.
Later though.
Okay.
What are we getting from Jacobson Seed?
Had to have some seed. That's the only thing. There wasn't anything on the invoice there. But
Yeah, it was seed. It was grass
Yeah,
seed.
Rick Hoppy called out south and wanted to know if we still sold grass seed, and I said no. So,
Yeah.
Should have sent him over Triple
I figured
F.
it's grass seed or alfalfa seed or something.
what's that?
Should have sent him over Triple F.
No, AAA. He tried,
AAA.
and they didn't have what he wanted on hand. It would have took like 6 weeks or something to get it, and he didn't want to do wait that. Where Jacobson had it on hand.
They got pretty good
That's the
seed
one
over
Carol
there
you talking
too.
about? Daryl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I go to. Thanks.
I would entertain a motion to approve the bills to be paid.
There's too many of them.
there isn't that.
Too high.
Oh, hey guys, before we do that, I want to say the Cleaning Specialists Incorporated.
Yeah, that seems.
I may be speaking out of turn here, Rob, but I think we'll take that out of the savings account. Does that sound right to you? That's the carpet cleaning and the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that, I mean, that needs to be on here, but it won't actually come out of our checking account.
General, it don't come out of the general fund.
Right.
Where are they out of?
Carol.
He's out of
Lake
Lake
City.
He's out of Lake
Lake
City.
City.
Jim Miller.
Yeah, Lake City, I'm sorry.
And his quote was actually 55 or so.
Yeah.
But he didn't do a couple of rooms that we didn't need done, so.
I move we pay the bills as presented.
Second?
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to approve the bills to be paid. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. CDBG, is Joe gonna show up? No.
No, Joe's not gonna be here, and I talked to him the other day and asked him what we could talk about, and, you know, basically, he's still got the electric engineer working on the,
Railroad.
working on the plans.
Oh.
What we'll do is the meeting in December, we'll look at the plans and make sure you guys have those plenty of time ahead of time so we can approve them in that meeting, and then we'll be able to bid at the second meeting in January.
Okay, yeah, because Gary was asking me about the bid.
So that's when that's what they're working on right now, is getting those plans put together. And yeah, the railroad, I talked to Joe about the railroad, and he said all he had to do was send in the plans once they get put together to the railroad, and then, I mean, the railroad's still gonna cost us more money, cause we gotta have a flag man, and that costs $1,000 a day, and,
Jeez.
About that train.
yeah, the train that comes through once a month, but. So as far as, unless you guys have some specific questions on
No,
the project.
I had a little question on that building site, and I thought we wasn't gonna go with the Cadillac deal for the making the electric, making the water, make sure the water tower is full, but I guess that's probably the way to go, but I thought you sure do that with the fiber optics, and everything right there, but that's one of the things that's in
As far
that
as the
plan.
radio, as far as the radio.
Yeah, and
or
the building and all that, I didn't know if we needed all that, but I guess it's in the plan, so.
Well, and
It did question me a little bit about whether that,
I questioned the building too, but, let's look at the cost of it once.
yeah, let's look at the cost. I thought we had a line running right there, fiber optics, that would work the other way, but maybe not. Just something to talk about.
Anything else? Okay, I hope everyone had a chance to look at what Chris presented us last meeting at the 13 annual financial report. I didn't find anything that jumped out at me. Anybody else see anything that jumped out at them? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve the 2013 annual financial report.
I'd make that motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded to approve the 2013 annual financial report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed nay. Okay, we'll move on. Yes, sir. Chris.
Before we go on, wanted to talk just a little bit about the auditors. We had a exit meeting, we'll call it, on Thursday, I believe it was, of, that would have been the last day of October. Or was it Wednesday? It was Wednesday.
Wednesday,
wasn't it,
yeah.
Steve?
Wednesday.
And the two gentlemen that were here found 10 things that they thought that we weren't doing quite correctly. And
I'm going to interject, which were really minute. I mean, they were,
well, I was going to go through a couple of them.
that's fine.
Like we have a TIF fund in our clerk's report. They think we should have a TIF account at the bank. We have a debt service fund. They think we should have a debt service fund. So eventually, this isn't going to happen tomorrow, but eventually what we're going to do is we're going to make an account for each one of our funds. Not necessarily our electric fund and our, we probably won't make an account for all of those, but these two guys had only been working there. The younger one had only been working there for 2 or 3 months, and the other one had only been working there for a year. So they didn't know exactly everything either. But they're going to go back and talk to their manager, and they're going to write up a report for us. And one of the things that we need to start doing is it's called a reconciliation of our utility bills.
Yeah, correct.
And they're going to help us out with that. That just blows my mind as far as how you start that.
Yeah.
We bill everybody, and then we print off a report, and then we start getting in, and then we have to match that to who didn't pay, and it just seems
That's
like
gonna be really complicated.
a huge project to me. But they suggest that we do it, so we're gonna give that a shot. We're gonna try to start doing that, and then.
You would hire Dawn as a outside.
And I already talked to Dawn. I talked to you guys about this once before too, about looking at the reconciliation of our bank account. I do that every month, and they suggested that we talk to somebody about that, and I thought we should do that too a year and a half ago, and I tried to get John to look at it, and he wouldn't do it. I talked to a couple other people, and they didn't feel comfortable doing it. Well, I talked to Dawn here, I don't know, a week ago, and she thought that her or John would be able to do that. So we're going to give that a shot, see if they want to do that.
And you could have a council member do it, but Chris, you explained it really well at that exit meeting, why you don't want a council member to do it.
And I think it would be fine if a council member did it, but I just, you know, if you guys don't know exactly what you're looking at and you okay something and it comes back that, you know, there was actually something going wrong, and you guys are gonna get in trouble too. So I figure we have a professional do it, you know, they'll know what they're looking for, and, so.
Just gonna be an added
They're gonna do this
cost.
on a monthly basis?
The reconciliation, yes. I do it every month anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll do it and then send what I've done over to Dawn. She'll look it over and
Approve it.
sign, just like Steve does with the payroll. So,
So there's gonna be a little
What's this
added.
on the spreadsheet then, or what?
no, it won't be on a spreadsheet. It's on our accounting system. We print out the reconciliation and then the bank account, the bank statement, and we compare those two. And sometimes they don't look exactly the same. We'll get in like a tax that has a general tax and a debt service tax on it. That's $1,000 total, but it'll be split in half, 500 and 500. So we'll have two deposits here where the bank will have one. So you know you have to write some little notes on there, but you know Don will understand that. John will understand that. So
Just a little FYI that there'll be a little added expense. We don't think it's gonna be a tremendous amount.
shouldn't be a lot.
So,
150
but
bucks a
it's
month,
just
maybe.
gonna keep council and city in check, and once they start seeing this, I think it'll be a breeze. They'll bypass us
Yeah.
99% of the time. So
One other thing that we need to start doing is our bonds need to be paid out of the debt service account, and we don't tax for very much for our debt service, so we won't be able to pay out of there what we get in. So we'll have to transfer that money out of whatever account we transfer it out of, like our electric account. We'll have to transfer it into there,
Natural gas or whatever.
pay it out of there. It's just another a couple of steps in our accounting system. It's not too big of a deal, but that's what they wanted us to do. So
like Chris said, these guys were young and stuff, but they were kind of impressed at the way how we were running things, and they were relatively thorough. So, but they were impressed at how we were doing a good job. So,
they were pretty thorough.
yeah.
But I can see next year we certainly should do an audit. I mean, these guys do an examination, and it's not.
Not full blown.
Tyler even told us. He said, "We're not looking at your funds for anything fraudulent.
No.
We're looking at whether or not you're going by the code of the state by transferring money around." So we should certainly do an audit next year. So because they'll look for fraudulent stuff in that.
We got all honest people, Chris. It should not be an issue.
And I'm not worried about it at all, Gary. It's just, it
Well,
takes,
I think when we used to
takes a little
transfer
more
it
time.
before all the time, do we have a constant vote on transferring so much at like the end of the year from one fund to the other?
Yep,
Yes.
yep. We always do that. And I don't know if we need to do the resolution, Ray, like we have to do with the TIF to do that. But I can find that out, and we can start doing that if we need to. So
I don't think we
I don't think we did it as a resolution, but I think we did,
Just as a motion.
it was a vote, yeah.
right.
Okay. Any other questions on that? Okay. Financial report was approved. Okay. Discuss approve Sergeant drilling, well jetting, and service for well number 3 and South Well.
Well, I talked to Derek. He's the manager for Sergeant, and basically he told me that we need to do the camera. He recommends that we do the camera, and he said, "No, we don't pay for it. You guys pay for it." What they do is they look for where the screen is at. And they look if the well is rotting. He said. So he said it's recommended. You don't have to do it, but it's recommended. And then the next thing he told me was there's no mobilization charge on here. So even if we do them at the same time, we still can't get a better price. This is the best price we get. So and they do use their pump to clean it out, Daryl.
Do you think we need to do it?
Well, I'm going to tell you that the reason that we did this on the well number 2, that's how we found out that well number 2 was.
Well, I think if it's been a few years down the road, our good well, we should make sure that's up to snuff.
I think we probably should. I'm not saying we do this every year, but,
Yeah, at least it should be on the,
well, I don't know the
Maintenance.
last time we did it.
no, I don't think we've ever done it that well.
For the
mean,
Southwell.
Southwell.
We haven't at all, I don't
No.
think.
So do you think we should do the Southwell
Now,
first?
did we get possession of this video?
We should.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
That's a 10-year-old well now?
Didn't ask that question.
Franny?
South one?
They've been there 10 years, I think they
Probably
have.
not quite 10 years.
Quite, but pretty close.
Pretty close.
2005, 2006.
See, without ever being done, it probably should be done, guys.
Well, it's iron is gonna be.
And 3 is the one down here, right?
Yep. Down over here.
We can't do that one until we get the other one running.
Yeah, I think that's a good
During the winter,
idea
you might be able to buy it.
to do that one down the front.
If something screws up.
I know.
And then
There
wait
we
to do
sit.
this one when we get the other one online.
If you want a motion, something like
You know,
that,
I'm kinda-
you guys think that?
Yeah, I have.
We
to
got
have
a video of it already. Where's that at?
Of what?
Step, the well number 3.
No, yeah, we should look at
We
it.
gotta have it somewhere, 'cause we looked at that one upstairs.
Is that the one we looked at upstairs?
Yeah,
No, that was the other one.
upstairs that too.
That's the
That was
one,
3.
pumping 50 gallons
No,
a
right,
minute.
you was 2. Yeah,
Two,
no,
wasn't
We
it?
decided at that time it was bad.
Two.
Holes are too close.
Yeah.
Can't, one.
That one I have in my office.
Are we gonna cap that wall?
Yeah. I think we have to.
2.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do that?
You got any rocks
Gus?
laying around?
Who- Whoever
County should pay for that, you know.
county should.
Yeah.
What well?
Why?
I like those other ones.
Serious?
They will out in the farms. I don't know if they will in here.
I was gonna say, I don't think county will.
I guarantee you, they'll have to come down and inspect it.
Sure they will.
I'll bet the county may. Well, it doesn't hurt to ask.
You wanna check
Nope.
into that, Chris?
Yep.
All right,
Pay for it and some bucks.
you want 2 motions or you want just one?
Well, you know, it kind of sounds like we may do one at a time, Steve.
So
Is
I
that,
would-
is that right, guys? What are you thinking? Franny,
I don't think we better get into number 3 until we got another
Yeah.
well running.
Another well.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah, that's my opinion
I
there
agree.
too. Now, the one out south, number 4, we can,
Okay.
Yeah, it seems it is what it is, no matter whether they come again or not. I don't care.
Yeah.
yeah,
We're not gonna get a better price,
We're not
anyway.
going to get a better price, so.
And
Okay.
they've got a downtime here coming up pretty soon.
I would entertain a motion to,
They'll have to coordinate with them.
Yeah, I don't think they know that exactly, but they did say that they could haul water and keep their big tank full if they know this is coming, so.
Sergeant drilling, well jetting of the south well only.
I'll make a motion, we do the south well.
Second?
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to approve sergeant drilling for well jetting the south well only. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Discuss approve the joint purchase of the sewer jetter with Lakeview. You guys have had a lot of time to think about this.
What's that?
I talked to Scott Peterson the other day and asked him to get us a police contract. This is kind of off the subject, but when we left the meeting the other day, we wanted to talk a little bit more about the police contract, and so he's going to get that to us. He's not working today or tomorrow, but he'll get that to us as soon as he can.
You know, I
We'll get that done.
talked to him the other day, Chris, I said, I think 4% is a little high. Scott, I think if you put it 3%, it wouldn't ever be no problem. He said, well, we could talk about that. He actually said that. He was getting a haircut, and I says, 4%, you might seem like you're a little strong. You've been going up pretty fast lately. He didn't shoot me down, to be honest with you.
Didn't say no, huh?
He didn't say no. But that was just off the cuff now.
Well, the reason why I say that is because we kind of had those two together, and so he's going to be getting that for us pretty soon. And Lon is going to be lining up the salesman for the jetter to come to town and show us how it runs.
Well, then I think we should table this until we see the police report, or the police contract. And, because I don't want to give these guys any kind of a notion that we might be throwing this in the dirt.
No, and I don't think we are.
do anything until we get to see how this thing runs.
Yeah.
Now, show me what it's gonna do for the money.
Okay, we're going to table that till another meeting, and I'm not gonna say which meeting, we're just gonna table it as of now. Okay, clerk's report, Chris?
Okay, let's see here. Page 21. If you look on there, you look at receipts, you see 591, 212.86. I mean 791, excuse me. $508,000 of that is the bond that we got in for the Schrader's third edition. So if you look down there, 5 or 6 more lines, you can see that $508,350. I transferred that from our checking account to the bond and interest. No, the bond payment fund. And you'll see that on the next page here. And the $57,000 that is transferred to savings, that I had to transfer into the checking account to pay our gas bill last month, and then we got our taxes in, so we transferred that back to savings. And if you look at the bottom there where it says additional deposits, $1,816.73, that's upstairs salaries that we get. So
What's that 539 and transfer from savings? 539,115.
where's that at, Ray?
Right here, 539,000.
That's the balance, Ray.
Okay, then you got a voided check right below it for the same amount.
Yeah, actually, if you look at that voided deposits there for $508,350,
Yeah.
that's not voided deposits. That's the transfer of the bond proceeds to our savings account. So you're looking at the very right column. That's
Yeah.
just the balance, Ray. That's the balance of the account, as I see it.
Okay.
So look at the very bottom there, that very bottom number, 32,582.18. And then if you scroll down one more page and look at the very top of that page, you'll see cash in bank is 32,582.18. That's how we get from one to the other. Was there any questions on that other than that, Ray? I didn't mean to skip ahead, but no, okay. So then if you look at the balance sheet, you'll see at the very bottom the bond payment fund. It's got $746,000. $508,000 of that is that bond proceeds from that bond that we just got in for Schrader's.
So we have the money.
We do have the money. Yes.
We have it on interest.
Now, yeah, not much, but we've got it. Now
That's all
the
I'm
rest of
asking.
it, the $8,350 is probably going to be close to what the bond council costs are. So we sold $520,000 of the bonds so we could get $500,000 to do the project, because the selling of the bonds and the bond council costs about $20,000. So
Then we got 2 other bond funds there, one for 235,000 and of course in the wind savings 247. What's the 235 then?
well, the 235 that's the account that we pay the
Interest and
yearly
principal?
bonds, the interest and the principal, and that's where the $57,000 went into, that I transferred out of the checking account. So that went into that account, along with the $12,500 that we put in there every month.
The savings for the wind turbine has some wind turbine money in it, but it also has some CDBG money in it, or the
Right.
revolving loan. Which one is it?
Yeah, whichever one you want. Yeah, about $105,000 or $10,000 of that is
It's got water money in it.
for the water money, right?
We got 130,000 or 140,000 in wind turbine savings. And the bond, the other $240,000 in that bond payment fund. That's the 13,000 we put every month in there.
Right.
We started doing that when we realized we were ahead with the gas payments a little bit, so we can pay bonds off early.
Yeah.
So that when that reaches $300,000 in 2016, that'll be about the time that our electric one going out south there reaches 300,000. We'll be able to pay that one off early.
Pay it off, yeah. So I know we have a bond payment fund before, and then we got a bond interest savings.
We just got way too much money, right? Huh?
It looks pretty good on the paper, don't it?
Yeah.
We better start spending some money.
we are. We are.
car.
Yeah, we turn her up,
We
you
will.
know.
The problem with
Keep on, let's do it.
Yeah,
Look at that.
yeah, you just.
the problem with a lot of this money is it's already spent.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there.
No, but we will, as soon as we start
Our
out,
like,
or,
I don't wanna change it, but on the wind generator, we just had that fixed the other day, did that cost us, do we have a bill on that, or we
Well,
paid
even
that?
Yeah, we'll have a
The
bill on
electric
it, but it'll
infrastructure.
be
Not here yet.
$2,400,
Okay.
somewhere in that range. Okay, another thing I need to tell you is we transferred $39,555 from the bond payment fund into the bond and interest savings fund. And the reason we did that is because we got the bond proceeds in for Schrader's,
Right.
and we've already spent $39,555 on engineering. So we took that money out of the bond proceeds and we put it into our bond and interest savings account. And one other thing that the auditors found, or the examiners, whichever one you want to call them, is we have 100 shares of principal stock. I don't know where it came from, who gave it to us.
Ray, you know that?
no, I just.
Yeah, it's been an issue last time we got audited too, if I remember right now, you
Yeah.
say that.
Daryl, do you know that? Rob,
No,
do you know we own stocks?
We get $104 a year in dividend payments off of it. So
He looked at me and I thought, oh boy,
You know what?
that's
principal
little
stock.
deal.
I didn't know nothing about it. I had no idea we
I
owned
remember what it
stocks.
said, but I don't know. I think the last time we got audited, I think that was the red flag.
I have no idea where it came from. All I know is we get a check in every quarter. We get a check in every quarter for $26. And so we
What
just-
is the share, what are they worth?
$48. So here's my
Take
suggestion.
from principal.
Sell.
I think we should sell it. And do you remember, I don't know, a year, 14 months ago when Dawn came and asked us to start an endowment?
No.
This,
A city
Yeah, I
endowment?
remember
this is
that.
not maybe on our natural gas or on that storage?
No, this has been bought, according to what they told us, the city's had these stocks for years and years and
Okay,
years.
okay.
I think 2006 maybe is when we got it.
Don't know where it came from, huh?
I
See,
I
there
have
could
no
be-
idea.
See, we had, I was wondering on that natural gas, when, we, I don't know if we had to go into there for, storage, that we had to buy something in there or not.
Stocks?
We may have had to, I don't know, there was something about that natural gas storage.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
You gotta pay so much for the decatherms you stored in there, I think is what it was.
Okay, but did we have to,
I don't-
did we have to join the,
I don't think we had to. I think if we stored anything in there, we had to pay for it.
This
We had
is
to join some outfit, but I don't know if it had anything to do
This
with
is-
stock.
I don't know
Principal
either, if we did
Financial
not, but I
Group,
think we had to join, we
We
had
had
to
to
join,
join
me,
some
so-
organization.
we had to
it-
join some organization, but I don't know.
The way these guys talk, that this has been owned by the city for quite some time. So I'm guessing it could be back to like the Vertus Pittman days
Oh,
or
no,
something
no,
like
no.
that. The way
You're saying
the way
2000?
Tyler talked.
You're saying what, 2005 or 6 something?
I think it's 2005 or 6. That's
Brady
just
wasn't in then already. He was
Yeah,
out
8 years
there.
ago, said about the first year we was on there.
that's just my
Was
thought.
that
I
about
don't
the time
know.
we were talking about
I
that?
thought he was saying it
Well,
was
it
older
didn't
than
amount to
I know
enough
we
to
had to
keep.
do
I can
something.
tell you that.
What he did say was
In order
it's
to get
actually
this pool of
In a
people to
pool
buy
of
natural
people,
gas.
yes, there was something.
I don't know what it was.
what he did say was it's actually illegal for a city to own stock.
Get rid of it.
Geez, you
So-
know, they said it's illegal. Breeda owned all them Breeda telephone shares. They just sold them out here, and they had $500,000 of Breeda telephone shares, and they finally sold them.
Really?
Well, that's how they put that addition in. That's how they got that addition. I bought some of their shares because I know they had all them shares there, and that's how they paid off that new addition there with Breeda telephone shares.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, would somebody give us some of them? We'll be in good shape.
You got some, you can give them to us.
So this stock is
don't have many.
$48.
$48 a share.
I don't think it pays
I looked
to
it up
keep it.
today.
So
We
it's
own
$4,800.
$4,800. Dawn asked for $5,000 to start the endowment.
And we get what, 100 something,
Just a
$102
thought.
a year?
104 right now. $104 a year. So, but that, I mean,
He
that's-
highly suggested that the city start dumping that, getting rid of it.
2.5%?
Now, the endowment, did she just want cash or does she want stock to start out with?
well, here's the thing: you have to have $10,000 to start an endowment. So,
We're way short.
she asked us for $5,000. I talked to her the other day, and she said she's got a couple of
The
people
other
that
half from Gary.
she needs to
There's
talk to. Yeah,
41%.
she's going to get the other half from Gary, but she said she's got a couple of people that she needed to talk to. and,
Sell a couple of Frida shares.
and then she could get it going.
Speaking of a different deal, which is fine for this thing, but she's been on me a little bit. Says, geez, the city's got to throw a bunch of money for this here enclosed shower house. Maybe that would be going to closed shower house wouldn't be the worst thing either. So there's a couple things to look at because she's on our butt. They will be coming to a meeting one of these and would they like to have a little money for that shower house?
It'll be next
We
meeting.
already said we'd give them so much, and plus all the stuff we're gonna donate in kind.
I understand that, but I do know that she would like a little more, right, Daryl?
Well, I understand that, but you know this, you start talking about endowment funds and people go, yeah, but you know.
I'm not against it.
No, our church put together an endowment fund and right now that thing is very well, 15 years later, it's very well.
Well, sure. It's a
See,
good.
yeah, you're talking about $500,000, Gary. In 15 years, we could have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing to think about.
And it
just
does
doing
very
things
well
Here's
for
the
our
thing to
church.
think about. We've got some older people in town,
Yeah.
and some older people with some money. You know, if they die and don't have anywhere to give it, yeah, I'm talking to Gary.
Look at me.
You're kinda older.
Well, they just they got $20,000 given to them for the shower house, anonymous. And I thought maybe it was Paulie Barrett, but I'm not sure.
It's anonymous. That's all that
Sure,
really
get that on
matters.
there.
That's gonna
Well, he could
just
have.
chase you to your grave, and not knowing.
Oh, he
Somebody
can't.
did.
He's got to
Then they're
know.
getting another 20,000 from Gary here.
Makes you feel any better, I know who it is.
I really don't care, Dad. But it was nice that we got it.
Hey, okay,
And I know it wasn't you, Fabe,
So
so.
you're right there. Bertie Pittman, that's who it was.
let's stay on task here.
Okay.
I would
Yeah, all right,
make a
let's go
motion
to
that we sell these shares of stock and earmark the money plus enough money to make $5,000 so that we can go to start an endowment fund.
Second?
Does that go to where? Wall Lake Economic Development or what?
Well, you know, I don't know that for sure. We got to talk to Dawn. It might just go directly to,
Dawn and Daryl?
yeah, Dawn and Daryl.
Yeah.
It might go
Sounds like a
directly to
wiener.
some foundation in Des Moines.
It's
Is it the Des Moines?
the Sac County Endowment Fund or something like that. It's not the economic development.
No,
I think
goes to Sac County. Will be a threshold under Sac
Special
County.
under, yeah.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded to sell the shares or the stocks that the city of Wall Lake owns, and then create a city endowment. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay.
If it's legal.
Well, right now it's illegal to have them, so whatever we do, Daryl, to get rid of them, I think is going to be good.
Okay.
Okay, now here's another thing that we need to think about. Lillian Schrader has a life insurance policy. Right now it's worth $113,000 if she would die today. Lillian's in pretty good shape, so I don't think that's going to happen. But that we don't necessarily have to have on this balance sheet. But once it pays, then we will have to have it on here.
Oh, it's willed to us, the city.
Yes. It's in our name. They've got it all paid for. So
When he gave that $1.3 million that time, that was in that $1.3 million project.
what Tyler suggested was that we think about some project that we would put that towards. Now, that's completely up to you guys. It's not what we have to do. But at least this way you guys know about it.
No, I knew it, but I knew it, I just didn't know how
Yeah,
much.
it could be 10 years. You're right. She's in really good shape, and nobody wants to see anything like that happen. You guys just need to know about it. So, unless you guys have any questions, let's move on. We've spent plenty of time on this first page here. So,
You can't prohibit it, we don't have it.
no, we don't have it, right.
No.
It's in our name, but, okay, so if you guys go to page 24 and look at insurance settlements, caught my eye when I looked at it. I thought, what did we didn't settle
$220,
anything.
yeah.
What that is IMWCA audits us every year for workman's comp. And we had an accident, probably 4 or 5 years ago now. I don't remember when it was, but that's
Is that with the tractor?
coming on. No,
Oh,
no, it was somebody got hurt. So that's coming off of our workman's comp insurance.
That's what it was.
So it's starting to go down. So after they did the audit, we got $212 back, so
Okay.
not terribly a big deal, but it is kind of nice. Make sure you guys stop me if you have any questions.
Yeah, I gotta go through that old pile.
But you got the wind's gonna come through and blow out some of it at the table.
This man's leaving before that happens. I have the power.
Daryl, settle down, Daryl. Okay, so now go to page, I'm gonna skip the rest of the general fund because everything on there is pretty much normal. Road use fund is normal for the month. You can see we got about $32,000 in TIF taxes in. Debt service, we got about 7,200 in. That's just normal taxes that we got in. Oh, wait a minute. I wrote a note on the debt service. Could use this fund to pay the interest of our bonds. Oh, budget's coming up. So we budget for debt service.
Right.
It's about 0.94 per thousand, and that comes out to somewhere around $20,000 per year. We could use this fund to pay the interest of our bonds if we wanted to do that. That would be about $31,000, and I don't know what it would come out as far as 0.9 or 1, but it'd be pretty close to 1, I would guess. So it would up our taxes a little bit, but not a lot. And I can get you guys whatever that information is on the next meeting. So
That makes sense to do that?
well, I mean, we already get 17, 18, 19,000 a year in. So if we get another 10,000 in, I mean, we don't have to do it. We can continue doing what we're doing. I just had that thought. So you guys tell me.
Something to think about.
That's where that went. Okay, if you look at page 31, you'll notice that our sewer account is $27,000 in the hole. That's from the backhoe. We just got the bill for the backhoe and we paid it last month, so that one's why.
Did any bills in there for the last, water leaks? Or is that that'd be a next month's bill?
No, that was just on tonight, right? So we just approved that tonight, so that'll be in next month, so.
Okay, so that.
You mean from like Gus and,
Yeah,
yeah,
for Gus and
Pew and, or not Pew, Booze.
Moose.
Booth and, yeah, that was, those two together were somewhere around $1,200-1,300, I think.
Yeah.
And
So that
then,
jumped up, that's what I was thinking, that was for first. This is that back hole.
no, that's the backhoe, yeah.
Okay, we approved the trailer wouldn't be on there, will it?
It'll be next month.
That'd be next month too.
And then another thing that caught my eye is I looked at the natural gas fund and it's 16,000, and I thought, why in the hell was it so much last year and it's not as much this year? So I went and looked, and last year that's when we did the farmer gas project, and we got $54,000 in from the farmers, and so that's in that number, that $69,000 number. So if you take that out, it's actually around $14,000, so it's really right in line with where we're at now with our natural gas fund. So that's all I've got on that page. Next page is the electric account, and the first thing that I saw was, why the hell did we lose $10,000 in our electric account? But if you look at the purchase of electricity, 63,000, that's a month and a half worth of electric purchases. So that's roughly $20,000 that's extra in this month than it was last month. So if you back that out, we would have actually made, somewhere around $10,000 last month. Next page, 33.
I was looking at your salaries over there, where they're about half of what we budgeted for. Under electrical. On expenses.
Yeah.
Mark hadn't been
For
around.
some reason, Mark,
Yeah, Mark hasn't been around. Yeah, that's the big deal right there. Both in this period and year to date, right? But yeah, Mark hasn't been.
yeah, you're a date to us, I was looking at, because you're only half of what,
Yeah.
for the year to date.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing and a bad thing, really.
Of course, 2,000 of that, or about 1,200 of that was this period.
Yeah, he's been back at work a little bit. So if you look at the natural gas fund there, look down at operating supplies, $2,700. We bought some gas meters. We had a couple of people hook up to natural gas in the last month, and we actually were completely out of gas meters. So we bought about I don't know if that's a dozen of them, just to have some on hand in case we start needing them.
Well, that miscellaneous natural gas, is it, what, that's not WIE, is it? Or is
No, no, that's our gas loans,
it? Okay,
Ray. So, yeah, every time we get somebody that pays their gas bill and they have a gas loan, then that's where that goes, so.
That go down now?
What's that?
We're gaining that's going down that.
well, we got $325 left.
We ain't got too much left in that, do we? We got a little money loaned out to people, but,
You know, Gary, I don't think I could tell you exactly what we've got loaned out.
yeah.
Might be able to do that, but I'm not sure.
What are they paying, about $25 a month?
Yep, $25 a month, and that was a 3-year interest-free loan. And
All right.
but here's the problem: if you get somebody that doesn't pay their whole bill, they pay $200 of the $250. This doesn't get paid.
All right.
So,
Gets to be an issue then.
yeah. Okay, then on the water fund on the next page there, CDBG grant revenue should be coming in the next month or so. I guess the guy that does that is extremely busy, so it's just taking a little longer than
As
what
long
we
as he's extremely busy.
wanted.
How many dollars are we talking there coming in then?
This one will be roughly 32,000.
How much is left there, do you know?
Yeah, I'd say 120,
Yeah.
150, somewhere in that area. Rob, I can tell you.
Well, I'm just curious, I know that we still have the well and the,
We still got a ways to go yet, huh?
With
Yeah,
all
we still got a ways to go. If you put the two together though, Rob, it's close to 270,000, I think, with what they have and what we've got in our savings account. So that should get us most of the way there, depending on how much this building costs us and that kind of thing.
And our income on the water is a lot more, being that the rates and the meters are all paying out more.
4 by 6, or?
Yeah.
Like I've told you before, Gary, to figure out if we're gaining water, it's hard to tell from one year to the next, but I know our rates are higher, and so we're obviously getting more money that way. So if you look at page 35 there, you can see the 25,000 in equipment. That's actually I believe that is the backhoe and the trailer both. If you add those two together, I'm pretty sure it comes up to that amount. Does that sound about right? 22.5 and 27.50.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is in there. And then the last one is our garbage fund, and we've talked a little bit about changing this around, and I've had a couple of more people come in and say I would just rather you add some cost to our utility bill. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not. If we add $1 to the bill each month, it's an extra $4,800 a year for us. And I went back and looked for the last 4 years. In 2010 we lost $20,000 in this fund, and for what reason I don't know. Must have had a purchase or something. But then 11 we lost $4,200, 12 we lost $4,300, and last year we lost $3,200. So it's right around that $4,500.
wasn't that when we lost Twilight Acres and cookies
Oh.
cookies and
And maybe that's the reason, because we're doing less now, and
our tipping fees are not near as much.
And our-
tonnage in it.
our salaries are probably not quite as much too.
I had a guy ask me about picking up his garbage, now west of town. But anyway, he's paying $200 a month to Reardon, and he said I'd sooner, or
To Rudd?
Rudd. He says I'd sooner give it to the town, is that feasible, or we would lose money doing that at $200?
Well, I don't know who it is and I don't know how much they've got,
It's,
so.
How many miles out of town?
It's
Yeah.
out here, it's Cook's siding.
See, and that's one of
See, they're
them.
one of them that,
Cooks
when
and
we
Rockets.
presented them with what we, Cooks, Twilight Acres,
And
and
Yeah,
cookies, you
yeah,
know.
he's saying he's paying 200, and I says, well, I'd bring it up one time, but I don't know if it's feasible for us, or he's better to go
Well,
stay with where he's at.
To Rudd's changing because Rudd's doing it because, I mean, if we can't make money at it, there's no us doing it.
No.
So-
Well, no, but I don't know where the 200, I think he said he's paid 200 a
It
month.
only left us to go to Rudd, so it must be better than what we offered him.
No, he's not happy there either.
Well, that's because, see, now, that was part of the whole deal, is
Yeah.
because we offered them our deal, but we were gonna give them better service.
Right.
And
So,
they said no, so
Yeah.
they don't get their garbage picked up as often, they don't get their recycling picked up as often, but, you know, that's what we have to have if we're gonna do it.
see, I tried to tell him, go talk to Chris and figure it out how much tonnage we're using and see how we'd come out on that. see?
So much a dumpster, so much,
So I don't
And
know.
I think the recycling was what was killing us,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it's cardboard
yeah.
that's killing us.
that's what was getting.
You make
us.
another run a week up the sack to dump that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
not cheap to do.
Now you don't have to, just go out here at the landfill, it makes a little difference.
Same thing, Gary.
Close,
Going to Sac or,
Not very much closer. What, a mile or two?
5.
Oh, no.
It doesn't
Okay,
really,
we'll call it
doesn't
5,
really
I don't
matter.
care.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter, I wouldn't lower the price.
No, you're
I'm not
right.
saying we know the price, I just don't know whether it'd be good for us or not, so he
Well,
wanted,
I think, you know, we could dig it out where, what we offered them, but.
yeah.
yeah.
I can certainly do
What
that.
we would be charging.
Well, he asked me about it, and I says, well, but just now, it just come up, and I just,
What are we
well, I'll throw it
charging
out there,
versus
so.
what Rudd's charging? That Rudd have been up, I know how much it went up.
Yeah, well, I know that Lakeview's talking about raising all their garbage rates this January 1st,
Because
so,
Rudd's gonna.
because Rudd raised theirs, so. In the same token, we probably cost us more all the time too, so I'm not saying we shouldn't raise it something, but if we don't have to, it's fine too.
And see, Lakeview has already went up to $1.50 a bag.
Yeah, they're already $1.50, and they're gonna go, they raise the base rate from 8, they're gonna go to 10 the way I'm being here.
My personal feeling is that the bags, I mean, if you go up to $1.50, you're gonna have a lot more people who don't use them, and they're gonna try to get around it some other way.
You'd be better off to raise the base,
Yeah,
Well, they're
You're gonna do something.
You're not gonna.
You get more revenue off the base.
Yeah.
huh?
Get a lot more revenue raising the base.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna?
Well, yeah.
Are you gonna see more?
And then the good part is everybody pays. Everybody in town
Well, it's
pays.
just, it's right part of their bill, so it's just, you know, it's not,
Right.
Yeah, they don't see it.
they do see it, but they
They
just,
see it,
yeah.
What are we charging for base now, 8?
8.
Yeah. Yeah, and if I remember correctly, a couple of years ago, or 3 or 4 years ago, we tried to raise it to 12, and some people didn't like that too much, and
Well, that'd be
Well, we
too
had
much.
that
That'd be
12, then we lowered it
Yeah.
down to 8 when we put in the,
Bags.
charge $1 a bag.
oh, okay, I see.
so if you use one bag a month and you're
Yeah.
back, or one bag a week, you're back up to 12. That was the whole rationale behind that, and people did not notice that we dropped it to 8, but they sure noticed $1 a bag.
Yeah,
And when they came in and started yelling at me at the store, then I explained it to them, and they went, "Oh, okay," and they left, you know. But and I said, "Well, people that use more garbage, you know, then they have to pay more. And if you only use one a week, then you don't. Heck, if you only use one every 2 weeks, then you're actually making out like a bandit." And then they were smiling, you know. So
I really do think we need to, you know, the garbage bill, we need to start being on the positive side of it, otherwise.
I feel we
Yeah.
should
One
raise
of these
that a
days,
little
you
bit.
know, like I said, we're gonna go down, we're going to replace the truck, and we're really gonna be negative, and it's
Yeah.
not gonna be pretty
It
then.
don't make sense for us to not have a little raise along the route to stay with our expenses.
You raise it $1.50 and get at least some revenue off it, because, I don't know, you're gonna have to buy a truck eventually,
Yeah.
and they're not cheap,
Yeah, I can't
unless
imagine.
you're gonna farm it out. Which they're.
We could actually
well, I
make
just
money
think
farming
that, I
that.
just think that it's a good thing for our people to do, because then we can keep more people employed and for when we need them. You know, that's what I like about it.
But, which we should be making some money out of too then.
That's right.
But I agree with Franny, because if you do the base rate, that's fine. You do the bags, they're gonna bitch like hell.
Oh, they'll just, this dumpster will be overflowing out
You
here.
could, you could add $2 a month to it, and
They won't say
They'll
anything.
take it out to cooks.
yeah, they'll squawk less than They would the bag, going $1.50 a bag.
Yeah.
I'd much rather raise the rate $1 or whatever it is to come up to it so we ain't losing money.
Well, we can talk about that on the next meeting.
Yeah,
We can't do
something to
anything
talk
about it
about.
now. We have to
No,
do that
no.
through an ordinance.
Yeah,
Yep.
but it's something to look at.
Okay. Chris, you got anything else?
I don't have anything else unless anybody's got a question. Steve?
Okay, questions for Chris? More discussion? I would entertain a motion to approve the clerk's report.
I'll make a motion, we approve the clerk's report.
Second?
Not second it.
Moved and seconded to approve the clerk's report. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed nay. Motion passed. Discuss nuisance abatement, specifically housing.
Yeah, so this is something that we've talked about a little bit. And I don't know what page it's on, but it's gotta be way down there.
58.
58.
Thanks, guys. And, I mean, this is just something that I put together. Just started thinking a little bit about what we should look at and what we should do. And
Well, there's, I see you got shingles missing and things like that, but I also see some of these old houses in town that got windows broken out, or they might be boarded shut or something like that. I think that should be on there too.
okay, so let's see. We should put that in the exterior then, Ray.
Yeah.
Right?
It does say what's the condition of windows, glass, wheel around,
Okay, so
Does it say that?
yeah, down further,
Must, oh, there it is.
and doors.
Glass wood down.
yeah, I guess we could use that.
There are some out of order, a few border.
Well, okay, I
around.
looked at a house down here on First Street that.
I
I
like to
think,
say,
I
is it a
don't even
damn?
know if the, okay, the coons and things are in there, it's abandoned and coons
Yeah.
and what have you is in the house.
I really don't think it should be allowed.
You
I don't
know,
either.
you know what I
At
noticed?
least you keep it livable if you're gonna. if you're
They
gonna
told
be
me that there's
call it
rats down there
resident.
bigger than cats. That's what I was told.
It
What?
could be.
That there
I'm
was
not
rats
gonna-
bigger than cats.
I'm not gonna go in there and
I
watch.
don't know.
Here's my thought on what I've done here.
South
And
side?
you guys tell me if I'm goofy or, but what I think is if we get enough, as much information as we can get on the actual structure, and then we go to the person who owns it and say, look at this, you tell me what you see. Is this right? Are the shingles missing? Yep, the shingles are missing. Okay. So that's right. And then we tell them, we just can't have this, so give us a plan to fix it up. We've got to give them a little bit of time if they want to fix it up. Give us a 30, 60-day plan to fix it up. And if you don't stick to it, then we're gonna do something different. And Gary told me to talk to the people in Early, and I did. And what they said was that their mayor just started going around, and she said, "This is the house. We're gonna do something with this house. We're gonna do something with this house." And they just started taking people to court. And they used their own money to do it. They didn't get any grants to do it.
They tore out about 4 houses, I think.
Yeah, and basically what it is attorney's fees. I mean, you have to pay an attorney to do whatever it is that you're going to do. If you're going to take the house, if you're going to. One thing that I talked to Patricia Martin about was TIF money. We can use TIF money to buy a house if it's in the TIF area.
So we could
And
do
get
that,
rid
we
of it.
could do that to Grody's, because that is probably in a TIF area.
It is in the TIF area.
Is it or not? That's commercial right there.
Yep.
Is it?
That actually isn't.
And that's commercial, I mean, that's residential. That's residential, there's 2 houses there.
But that whole thing is TIF. That whole thing is TIF area
but
on the
those-
south side of First
Okay,
Street.
but those
All the
2
way
houses-
through there, even them houses.
Grace
are
is
TIF.
not the residential
It's
portion.
residential.
I think it is.
On the map that I've
thought it
got,
was
it's
commercial.
It's
Yeah, see, because this TIF, the
That's
existing
commercial
commercial
TIF.
TIF and this commercial TIF down here needed to be connected. And that's how
Okay,
we
but I
did
didn't know
it.
how they.
Yeah, I think it fit right in there.
I don't
I think it's all one.
I think you're right, Franny. I think that
It had to be
included.
connected.
Yeah.
Even if the houses were there, it's still in the TIF.
well, if nothing else, I mean,
Yeah.
if we can't use it, we can't use it. But
Doesn't really matter, it doesn't cost.
That would help us,
We
having
really don't want to
having
buy it
a
anyway, but
No,
big
No.
backhoe in there, knock it
it's not
down.
gonna cost a lot, 'cause
Can
it
we-
costs more to tear it down
Can
than
we
a lot
put
of
some sort of sentence in there?
Bow and arrow.
Is the house inhabitable?
you bet.
Yeah, first.
And
We don't wanna make it too good for
here's
them.
where I got this information is an insurance guy. So Ron's been through this before. He understands how to look at a house and
Sure.
and say,
Yeah,
this
and,
isn't
and then we're not
insurable.
gonna insure it if it ain't up to snuff, and then you don't have no
Well,
insurance.
if it's not insurable,
Well, we insure anything, but we write all the coverage
Keep
off,
that
so they're
off.
just giving us a premium. We gotta figure it out.
Makes sense.
so, let's see, where would we put that? Steve asked the question, can we put something in there, is it inhabitable? Can you live in the house? I mean, obviously there
I
are,
think that would be the major thing.
That's the
They
biggest
have-
thing.
so.
That's why I thought, can't we have that before you even get to the exterior or what have you?
So put that before the roof.
I would. Number one, is it inhabitable?
Tell you what,
I mean, because then you're gonna address, would you address the foundation then, Ron, first?
I
Well,
never do lights boys out here.
I do overall condition
Correct.
myself.
Well, I tell you what, I hate to say it, but I get more people that stop in and complain about some of these deals that look that bad, like along here.
You know,
Yeah, and they're really,
the one on
I
the other
really,
side
I
of the
really
street.
say, geez, they always say, when you gonna
You got
clean the town up?
got some siding on that house.
Yeah, so,
I thought he was gonna cite it a couple of years ago.
I noticed that the other day.
On page 58, where it says location, address, location, onward.
That's the west side, you're talking about siding.
Should I spell that right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Rob.
Owner,
Onward. Onward. Not sure what that means, but yeah, I'll fix that.
Now, would it be better off to have our building inspector look at it? Because it'd be an unbiased report?
I don't think they want anything to do with
I
it.
don't think that's what we signed him on for. I think his purpose was to make sure that we were within compliance.
Okay, just a question.
If they're gonna throw stones, they're supposed to throw them at us.
So we get the big bucks.
I think Woodard walk if we made him do that.
I think it's you, Steve.
This guy, I'm a good lawyer.
Uh-huh.
I think you should.
but you gotta.
A lot of me.
This is a good idea here, though. You gotta have some form to follow.
Right.
yeah.
Because then you're not choosing sides.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, then you can actually.
And we're
show
gonna
'em.
do it, we better try to stay equal.
yeah.
Don't try picking on one and not somebody else, 'cause right away you catch hell there. So,
So yeah, look this over, and if you guys see anything else that you'd like to see added,
Pick on one, they're gonna do.
You gotta be consistent, yeah.
Shoot them all.
Yeah, be consistent, man.
It's my new theory.
You want a motion
Fire
to?
department do this.
no, I don't think we need a motion
I
or
don't think
anything.
so either, but.
I just think if you look at this and see something you want added, or even something you take off, like the driveway and walkways. I'm not sure we need that on there. That was just something that was on the.
I don't hurt to leave the sidewalk, because we got the sidewalk program on, and so
Well,
that's something we should start to stay with.
I don't think if you'd have stayed on that guy from Wisconsin, I think the garage would still be up. This way it's down, and it looks a lot nicer up there. Nobody lives there, of course, now, but
Sure it does. So that's all I've got for that, guys.
fiscal year 13 urban renewal report.
Just like the financial report, more fun. But here's what I did. I did some color coding for you guys. Did some highlighting so you can look at the reports, and then you can look at the report that we have to turn into the state. And it's pretty much self-explanatory. You know, we got this much money in, and this is what we've done with it. The only thing that we've really done anything with is the $25,046 that we got in for the Schrader second edition. We put that in our general fund because that's where we paid all the bond payments out of, bank loan, whatever you want to call it. So, unless you guys have looked this over, you probably aren't going to have many questions. But if you do, fire them away. I'll see if I can answer them. If you add the 96,000 and the 25,000 together, that's where you get your 121.
Right, 38.
Yeah.
We're gonna spend 45 or whatever, we make a deal with them lots over here, that'll go out of that.
Nope.
No, won't go out of that one,
No,
okay,
we can't use any of this money for that
okay,
because our plan says that we're gonna start
next year.
tonight.
Oh, tonight,
With
okay, okay, that's tonight, okay.
We didn't buy them yet, did we?
No.
No, we
we have
gotta
to
get, we
buy
gotta
it
get this
between now and
passed
the end of the
first
month.
before we can do it, right?
Right, it was in the
We gotta pass this before we can,
We have to buy those between now and the end of the month, so then we can certify that amount.
All right.
You mean
For,
the end of November?
yes.
You should let Larry know that so we can get things put together, because
Okay.
he was kind of wanting, he stopped in today when you, just right after you left.
Oh, we did?
Yes. I'm sorry about that.
Do you guys wanna go through this, or do you wanna look at it? I mean, we've got more than enough time. This is the last thing we can do before we have to come back for our public hearing, so.
I am getting pretty thirsty.
No,
Don't
don't.
tell me it ain't hanging out yet.
You'll go.
Steve's tongue hung out and you hit it and I gave him a go to bed.
Thank you, Randy, thank you.
Not good today.
Ron, did we mention that you get $25 for every time you come and do this?
I don't know.
That make,
I'd be overpaid.
25?
Really?
I didn't know that. Shit, we got a raise, didn't even know it.
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Must not ever see the check.
You must be in the hole in it, Randy, huh?
it comes to Franny, it doesn't come to Tammy.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
She writes on it for deposit only.
Yeah.
Into my account.
Yeah, there you go.
You have any questions for Chris on this?
I think it reads itself, really.
Yeah, basically it does. You did a nice job on this, Chris. If I don't have any questions for Chris, I would entertain a motion to approve the urban renewal report.
Oh, no, don't do that yet.
Don't do that?
No. This has to be in by December 1st, and I want you guys to have some time to look it over.
Oh, you
So
wanna
we can,
digest it?
we can approve it at the next meeting.
Okay, that's fine.
I'd rather do that.
That's
Steve.
fine, I have no problem.
Throw it on them and,
Throw us into the lions.
yeah.
Okay, take that home and read that. Well, that'll be tabled until next meeting. One quick note, and I really don't want to wait till the end for the public forum. Can you give Chris a quick count on how many will be there Thursday, so that he can call Mel?
Right, good job, Steve.
What time does that start, Chris?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, and then 6:30 is when the
They put me down
meeting
for
will be.
2. We should probably make our own town look good like we did SAC. I hate to bombard ourselves again. But
Now,
Yeah.
can you also tell like Rick and Daryl and,
I did.
okay, good.
Yep, talked to all those.
Gary,
guys.
2. Rob,
You,
Daryl,
Hopefully.
Franny,
2.
Ray,
We'll say 2 now.
Steve, 2.
What about, new councilman?
Totally up to council. You want to invite them, that's fine with me. If not,
Why not?
I think good.
Ron, you want to come to the next, it's a Sac County League of Cities meeting that you'll be invited to every month. We have a 2-month sabbatical.
What they do, Ron, is they
Is
just
there a
have all
Christmas
the,
party this year?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, right.
all the cities in Sac County get together and talk about
there's a topic
what's going
that's-
on in each town, and so
So you're more than welcome.
What's the date? That's
14th.
of
this month
November.
it's Thursday.
Have
This
the
It's
Halo.
coming
It's
Thursday.
usually the second.
because we're hosting.
Yeah, we want a lot of numbers.
It's gonna be where?
No.
Mistake.
At the Halo.
Ready to go.
Is that-
That's my next question.
this Thursday.
Just put me down, because I don't know if Carol's working there by the third.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I take Mary's.
And
Okay.
you can't go by yourself too.
That's what I said. I mean, I don't
You
know.
have to, yeah.
Now, my next question, Rob, is are you going to be putting together the
But this
Christmas?
week- What is it? This Thursday.
package.
This Thursday.
Ken,
That'll be
I know
that'll be
she's
next month, and
I'm presuming that'll be
Lytton is hosting that, so I would guess it would be
It'll be
at
in Sac.
Sac, at the Cattleman's.
like
Yeah.
it always is, yeah.
we'll get Tammy and Cindy on that.
Okay, that's all I got for right now. So you all cut up, chief?
I don't think I had anything for.
Wastewater treatment building here.
Oh yeah, that's a letter. That's a letter that we got from Tom Roos, and I read through it. You know, not really sure what it means. I asked the guy to let me know what it means. It doesn't look like we're in any kind of trouble.
Well,
But-
that's
what
what
page?
it says, but then it's page 113 it starts. But then it goes down in there that,
Yeah, that we're. If you look at the very last.
where was that? Is it in there?
Overall, this facility appears to be well maintained and operated. So it looks to me like we're not in any kind of trouble.
No.
But then it says, you know,
There's
that
one
we're.
place in here, unsatisfactory, and
Keep
Right.
track of the schedule or something. That was, yeah, I seen that.
self-monitoring results. But there was something, there was a couple
Oh,
of things.
I forwarded this on to you, Chris, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I remember seeing this.
Yes, and I asked Tom to give me like an
Self-monitoring
overview of it. You know, is there something that we need to do from this letter? And I never got any response from him. So I will.
And then the self-monitoring, I didn't think was the best either, but
What's that say, Ray?
on self-monitoring results,
Yeah, I don't know what that meant, but
where they were all high.
Yeah.
And of
Well, I
course,
think you're talking to
May,
Rick, I think some weren't getting pulled on a timely manner. We're
Yeah.
supposed to be doing more than what we're doing, and
you gotta take
Well, then-
test or
Oh,
the
something?
operation reports are submitted on time and all required. I couldn't make heads or tails out of it, really.
And that's where I was at, Ray, too. That's why I asked the guy to call me back and tell me what was going on, but I never did get that information from him. Franny, what you're talking about was we're supposed to do some kind of test twice a week, and Mark thought it was
twice a year.
twice a month. No, twice a month.
Twice a month. Okay.
Every 2 weeks.
I mean, they
He
want
thought it read every 2 weeks,
they
and
want it twice a week?
it says twice a week, and it's not a
That's
big deal.
during dumping.
Huh?
Is that
During dumping?
No, this is
No,
twice
this
a week.
is-
There's some report needs to be filled out.
Actually, that's a water test though,
Okay,
so that doesn't have
yeah.
anything to do with wastewater. I'll talk to Tom though. I'll call him and see if I can get a hold of him and get you guys some more information on this so we know what the hell we're talking about.
They're probably just loading their guns up for when they want to come in and nail us.
Well, you know, this is
Yeah.
a younger guy, so
You gotta make something, you gotta write something in there.
yeah, kind of
Looking for a job.
thinking
We
he's
want
looking
to
for
spend some money south of town.
Yeah.
something. And then the only other thing is just those two letters in there that.
Come behind this.
Yeah, we got some grant funds. We asked for $1,500 for both of these, and we got $200 for one and $500 for the other, which is better than nothing. So. That's all I've got.
Okay. At this time, I am going to pause the meeting, and everybody must be back down here at 7 o'clock for a public hearing for the resolutions to be passed. So at this time, we're not adjourned, we're just in pause mode. So you can go up and
Beer.
Yeah, for everything.
public hearing will be held at 7 o'clock, which it is now, for the Wallach Commercial Industrial Urban Renewal Plan amendment. Everybody has had a chance to go through and discuss the resolution 2013-22, authorizing the transfer of surplus funds from the electric fund.
We have to do 21 first.
Hold up. Let's not
Oh,
talk
I'm
about
sorry.
any resolutions though. Let's just we opened a public hearing.
Yep.
There's nobody here from
You're right. Yeah.
nobody
I'm
here from
sorry.
the
I'm
public.
sorry.
So
Public hearing has been opened.
Do we have to have a motion to open up?
No, not really.
Steve can open it. We have to have a motion to close it.
I'd entertain a motion to close.
I'd make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to close the public hearing on resolution 2013-21. All in favor, roll call vote, I'm sorry. Roll call vote. Gary?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Daryl?
Yes.
Francis?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Now I would entertain a motion to approve resolution 2013-21.
Do you guys have any questions about 2013-21?
I'm trying to find it, what page is on.
Starts on like 80, 87, 86, somewhere in there. What?
I don't know, I can't find one page at a time.
It actually starts clear up on 80, about
82.
Yeah, 82 it starts.
Yeah, and what this resolution is saying is just that, we've talked about this TIF area, and we believe it's a good thing for the city, and we're going to amend the plan. We've talked about the plan many times.
Yeah. And what we have to have is a plan in place first is why we're doing this. Correct,
I would make
Rich?
a motion.
This, okay, this is the plan?
The plan is after it, Ray. Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get it.
And where's the plan on page?
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
85, ain't it?
Okay.
I would say it'd be even lower than that yet, Steve.
Didn't mean to interrupt you, Bob, but
No, that's fine. All of the things that we put in there that are on our wish list.
yeah.
Yeah.
Any more discussion?
I'm on page 93, Ray. That's where the plan starts.
This is what we're approving.
Yeah, that's what the resolution is actually saying, is that we're
Okay.
approving this new plan, yeah, to amend the plan.
Rob?
I will second the motion.
Been moved and seconded to approve resolution 2013-21. Roll call vote. Gary?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Daryl?
Yes.
Franny?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Okay.
You're gonna have to say no one of these times, just because.
No, Mayor Pro Tem doesn't do that.
If I do that, look what happens to you.
Jack right in the jaw, right?
Okay,
Mister.
I will open any discussion on resolution 2013-22.
So,
What we're actually doing here is we are creating a debt, or we're transferring funds so we can create a debt.
right, yeah, so yeah,
Borrowing money from the electric fund so that we can do the deal to purchase the property, so we have a debt, so that for next year we can certify that debt.
and then that money will come in next year, and then we'll take it from the TIF fund and put it back into the electric fund,
The
right?
money will come in.
Good job, guys. Good job. I will entertain a motion to close the hearing.
Oh, no hearing.
This wasn't a hearing.
Or, I mean,
Now we just need a motion.
I make a motion that we approve resolution 2013-22. Just did 2-1. So you're confused.
you don't have to close each hearing. Open it.
There's not a hearing, there's one hearing.
We had one
We
hearing.
only had
Oh,
one
okay,
hearing.
Okay.
And then
it's
we're
open
doing
for all
three
the
resolutions.
Okay. I thought you had to open and close each one.
Franny moved it.
We're on 2 now.
Well, how come you don't have your computer on?
Second.
Nothing to be seen in that.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded to approve resolution 2013-22. Roll call. Gary?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Daryl?
Yeah.
Francis?
Yes.
Ray?
Said yes 3
Yes.
times now, so what was it?
Okay.
To close the public hearing.
Now, if you would like, you can do 2013.
Yes.
Dash
Approve resolution
Okay.
2013-23.
Okay, so let me tell you what this one does. The first one, the 22, takes the $50,000 out of the electric fund and puts it into the general fund.
Right.
23 takes it out of the general fund and puts it into the TIF fund. so we can actually spend the money out of the TIF fund and certify the debt. We don't have 24 yet.
Just,
Then we can
just
create the
is this the
debt.
50,000 or not?
So that we can
Well, we don't know exactly, but it's close to 50. It could be
Okay, but
50, we don't
okay.
know.
It's up to 50. We
Right.
wanted to do 50 just because it's going to be 45,000 plus whatever the lawyer
excess
fees
is
are going to
Is
be.
that
Right.
is that what this resolution is?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Entertain a motion?
I'd so move we approve the resolution 2013-23.
Second?
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to adopt resolution 2013-23. Roll call vote. Gary?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Daryl?
Yeah.
Franny?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything further in the public forum that you would, oh no, now do we have to close the
Do we
public
have
hearing?
anything else?
Nope.
No, we're done.
We're done. We can do the public forum if anything else came up, or we can just adjourn.
Because we've talked about the Thursday meeting. We've got that taken care of. The meeting for the Northwest is in Salix, and that is the 21st.
First. No, 20th. Wouldn't it be?
On a Wednesday or Thursday?
I think it's on a Wednesday.
I think it's a Thursday, Chris.
Is it?
Usually they're on Thursday, that's why.
That could be right.
I think you're right.
That's the 21st if it's on a Thursday.
I think it's the 21st.
Yeah, 21st is a Thursday.
Is that too far out? Because we're not going to have a meeting before that. I mean, you can let Chris know. I don't care.
I won't be going to Salix. I know that.
I will be.
I didn't know that.
Unless,
Oh, man. You're ornery.
20th, we got a telephone meeting, I'm trying to keep this all going on.
just to let you guys know, unless I'm further notified, they will be electing me as Northwest Iowa's league city president. This next meeting,
Congratulations.
Who's nominated?
John Cruz. As far as I know, unless he's changed his mind or got something different up his sleeve. You know him, Ray.
I know.
He's
I do too. If he changes his mind, you let me know.
okay. I will.
I've known John Cruz longer than any of you guys.
So I'm kind of proud about that. So,
That'd be wonderful.
anything else in the public forum?
There is no wholesale.
Yes, I heard that part off.
He is ornery. What the hell did he do?
That little break.
He knows his time's limited.
You're not going for any savings,
No.
Ray. You're not.
I don't know, I may.
Okay.
That's when we
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
can let me know. They need to know a couple days ahead of time is all, Ray.
Gary, you're not. Rob says no. Daryl says no. Anything else in the public forum that we should know about?
I think we're not sales, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. We bought a piece of equipment for the fitness center.
Oh,
We had a couple of people come in here and ask us about it a few months ago, and we actually had one person say if we bought this, they'd give us a $1,000 donation. So we bought it. It was $2,800. Take $1,000 off, so it actually cost us about $1,800. So that was pretty nice of that gentleman to do that. We had $8,000 in our account, so now it gets back down to $5,000 where we generally keep it. So.
but you were happy about that, Ray, or Rob? It's mine.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I had one, but it's not in there now.
It's not in there now. Then that's yours. Yeah, I didn't bring mine, so
What's that?
plug in.
If not,
Daryl.
I would
You're up.
entertain a motion to adjourn. Second.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. We adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Roll call.
Roll call.
All right, another family up.
Yeah. Thank you, Francis.
Heard one out.
Aye.